If you're after a new knife glove combo for CS2, look no further. I'm about to share underrated, unique combos for every color and at every budget, so you can find a banging combination that works for your loadout without breaking the bank. Let's jump in with some white combos offering up a sleek minimalist look. Our first option pairs a Bowie knife Damascus steel in factory new with Broken Fang unhinged gloves in minimal wear. This combo comes in at just $180, but you could upgrade it even further with the Silent Daryl Agent, whose silver watch and jewelry pairs perfectly with the shades of grey on the gloves. For around $270, you could pick up a minimal wear Kukri Urban Mask alongside a pair of battle-scarred Snow Leopard driver gloves. I personally quite like how these gloves appear in higher floats with almost that rugged carpet look, and even the more worn sections simply come out white. The Kukri knife offers up a unique animation at a very affordable price point, and is a great budget pick. If you've got a little more to spend, why not upgrade to one of the most popular knives in the game, the M9 Bayonet. A Damascus steel and field tested will set you back about $440, but paired with the Snow Leopards, this time in field tested, it works wonders. Another agent to consider at this price point is Number K, who runs these white sleeves that work great in any white loadout. SkinSwap is giving you a skin worth up to $50 entirely for free when you complete your first trade using the link in the description. If you want to upgrade your loadout, you can trade your skins for brand new ones in just a few clicks. Plus, their market tab now includes the cheapest offers from Chinese marketplaces, so you can access the best skin prices without needing a Chinese ID or bank account. You can deposit using card, Cash App, or crypto, and if you ever want to cash out, SkinSwap makes it easy with instant sell to PayPal, Venmo, or crypto. They also run free daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways, and every completed trade earns you extra chances to win. Use the link below to claim your free skin with up to $50 and receive a 3% lifetime sales bonus. Thanks again to SkinSwap for supporting the channel. And then for our final white combo, we've got a Talon Knife Vanilla at $333, paired with the fairly new driver gloves Wave Chasers in minimal wear. The AK Inheritance, Tech 9 Whiteout, and Orp Neo Noir can also all be picked up in minimal wear for under $1,000 total. Moving on to red, and an excellent entry point is a field-tested Foucher Knife Autotronic with some Broken Fang gloves needlepoint, also in field tested. The Foucher knife has definitely grown on me over time, and I actually quite enjoy the rare inspect. Plus, the Autotronic knife won't get any scratches, even in lower wears. At a $281 price point, you can step up to a Kukri knife slaughter in factory new, alongside the Bloodhound gloves charred in well worn. And once again, the Silent Daryl Agent really enhances the look as the silver watch pairs nicely with the silver detailing of the gloves. The Ruby is one of the most popular knife finishes in the entire game, and it's actually possible to add the Shadow Daggers Ruby to your loadout for under $350. I think they pair beautifully with the Moto Gloves Blood Pressure in field tested, which will cost a further $125. A bright bold combo that really stands out. To complete the loadout, why not pick up a field tested Orbit Mark 1 AK while still keeping the total under $500. For our next red setup, you get to rock some serious upgrades. This is a pair of sport gloves Scarlet Shamar and a Skeleton Knife Slaughter, both in minimal wear. The Slaughter has certainly fallen out of favor a bit in recent years, alongside the flashier Doppler finishes, but I think it looks fantastic, and the shades of pink and red match the palm of the glove particularly well. Finally, we've got one of the hallmark red gloves, the Slingshots in field tested, for $375. Alongside it, a battle-scarred Karambit Autotronic, bringing the combo to a total of $1,100. This is a relatively affordable Karambit, but it still packs a punch. Alternatively, if you want to roll with something rather unconventional, you can consider picking up a Gut Knife Ruby and a pair of the Sport Gloves Occult. The gloves still hold up decently, even in well worn at $509, and with one of the other Daryl agents, the gold just pops. Blue is one of the most popular loadout colors in CS2, and for just $182, the Foucher Knife Bright Water in minimal wear pairs beautifully alongside the Moto Gloves Polygon field tested. The geometric pattern on the gloves matches up extremely well to the Bright Water finish for a cohesive aesthetic. For a little more, you could pick up the Nomad Knife Blue Steel and the Specialist Gloves Field Agent. I hardly ever see people rocking these gloves, but I actually think the yellow detailing offers up some unique pairing opportunities, a simple one being the yellow jewelry of the Daryl agents. At around the $500 mark, you could opt for a Stiletto Knife Marble Fade in factory new and combine it with the Specialist Glove Fade in field tested. I'm personally a huge fan of the Stiletto. It feels super light in the hands, and I love the rare inspect animation. While they're certainly not everyone's favorite, I think the hand wraps Cobalt Skulls are a banging glove. The color is extremely bold, and they match up perfectly with the bright sapphire finishes. Here we've coupled a minimal wear pair with a Survival Knife Sapphire, but you could also downgrade the gloves to field tested in order to upgrade the knife to a Bowie Sully, Falchion, or even a Huntsman. Finally, for a real endgame look, consider these specialist glove cloud chasers in field tested with a Stiletto Knife Doppler Phase 4. Certain Phase 4 patterns with a lot of blue offer up that fake sapphire look at a fraction of the price, ensuring this insane combo stays under the $1,000 mark. If green speaks to you, then why not run with a field-tested Bowie Knife Law and a pair of the Broken Fang gloves Jade? I've said it before, but I'll say it again, I think these gloves are severely underrated. They've kind of got an M4 Hot Rod or Blue Phosphor finish in a green equivalent, and they're insanely cheap at just $73 field-tested. Stepping up the budget, and you could pick up a Gamma Doppler knife such as the Falchion Gamma Doppler in Phase 4. Paired with the Moto Gloves Turtle in field-tested, the combo will come in at $276. As an alternative, if you're after a more realistic military aesthetic, the SEAL Team 6 agent sleeves look like a match made in heaven when paired with the specialist gloves and Karambit Forest DD-Pat. And actually, the Forest DD-Pat family is one of the largest in the game, so you'll have lots of skin options to accompany them. The Lime Polycams seem to be a crowd favorite amongst the newest glove releases, and I think they work great in Well Worn with a Flip Knife Gamma Doppler Phase 2. Out of the 4 Gamma Doppler phases, Phase 2 has the brightest lime green and is the closest you'll get to that fake emerald look. $473 for the knife, $273 for the gloves, and call it a day. But if you want to go all out, I would suggest something like the Huntsman Knife Emerald with the extremely iconic Specialist Gloves Emerald Web. This is one of the OG glove releases, however has come down significantly in price over the last year. You can buy a well-worn pair for $613, bringing the combo to a total of $1,232. I'm giving away the brand new Glock Ghost Protocol in field tested this month. For your chance to win, simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. I'll pick the winner August 31st. Good luck. We started the video with white combos, but we'll continue now with black. And of course, you can consider running the default gloves with some of these cheaper knives, but I'll still offer up some alternatives. The Kukri Knife Vanilla is a no-brainer at just $98. Super sleek, although some people do find the animations to be a bit goofy. I've chosen to run them with the Hydro Gloves Emerald in minimal wear for just $47. This next combo is an absolute banger. We've got a Paracord Knife Blue Steel in field tested with a pair of Moto Gloves Smokeout in minimal wear. But it doesn't stop there because the black sleeve of the Michael Cyphers agent really complete the look. The best part is you can pick all of these up for just $286 on SkinSwap, so check them out via the link in the description. Of course, an AK slate will always fit in perfectly to a black loadout, and the new All Black box is another banging skin. If minimalism is your thing, then these vanilla Shadow Daggers and Sport Gloves Nox in Battle Scarred might just be your cup of tea. For an extra $100 though, you could upgrade the knife to a Bayonet Black Laminate in field tested. Nox are some of the most versatile gloves in the game, of course, so you can actually try out a lot of different combos here, and sometimes contrast actually goes really hard. Keeping within our price tiers though, we've got these Specialist Gloves Black Book in Well Worn with a Karambit Knight field tested. The sleeves of the Black Wolf Saber are a little bulkier than Michael Cyphers, but I think work well with the Specialist Gloves. Then to finish it off, we return to the Nox, this time in Well Worn, but we're matching them up with a Butterfly Knife Knight in field tested. You could certainly upgrade this to a Black Laminate or even a Damascus Steel, but the knife offers up a cheaper price tag at just $543. Yellow is next, and until putting this video together, I honestly completely forgot that these gloves exist. We've got the yellow banded Broken Fang gloves in field tested, along with a Survival Knife case hardened in minimal wear. Unlike blue gems, most yellow gems don't drive huge overpay, so you can try and aim for a max gold pattern like number 441 that we're showing here. The Bayonet Law in field tested pairs nicely with the Moto Gloves Transport in minimal wear, and I also particularly like how the darker skin of the Osiris Elite Crew agent contrasts with a brighter knife glove combo. Next, I've actually got two fantastic choices around the $500 mark. For the first, we're running the Sport Gloves Occult in Battle Scarred alongside a Mango Knife Fade Huntsman. That's simply a low percentage fade so that the blade has maximum yellow. At $336 for the gloves and about $230 for the knife, I think this combo really packs a punch. However, our next setup may just be one of the best value combos of the entire video. We've got the Skeleton Knife Tiger Tooth in Factory New with some Omega Sport Gloves in field tested. I absolutely love the rare pullout and spinning inspect animations of the skeleton, and the color of the blade matches up perfectly with the gloves detailing. Our final yellow combo actually uses a set of gloves that I almost never see in game, the Eclipses in Well Worn. We downgrade the gloves a little in order to upgrade the knife massively. going for a Karambit Tiger Tooth in factory new. This is simply an S tier knife, and this yellow stripe on the glove once again matches extremely well. Purple is up next, and this is actually the color I run on my CT side loadout. Our cheapest selection combines the plum quill driver gloves with a survival knife ultraviolet, both in field tested. For $150, this is extremely solid. And sure, those aren't most people's favorite gloves, but they get the job done. For our next budget option, we've got the violet beadworks in battle scarred paired with a Navajar Doppler phase 1. There's some nice attention to detail here, as the handle of the Navajar works perfectly with the brown patches on the gloves. Getting a Doppler into the loader at this budget is tricky, so you'll have to make a few compromises. However, you can make a significant upgrade with our next option. The Imperial Blade driver gloves have pretty much become the go-to alternative for Pandora's box. This time around, we've got a minimal wear pair with a gut knife Doppler in phase 2. However, you could also downgrade the gloves to field tested and spend the $200 difference upgrading the knife to a Bowie, also in phase 2, if you prefer the larger blade and different animation set. I'll stick with the Imperial blades for the upcoming combos, but if you're keen on getting one of the higher knives, then I'd suggest a Butterfly freehand in field tested, which is currently going for as little as $569. I absolutely love the Butterfly, and you can get freehand patterns with more purple on them, so be sure to compare a couple before buying. Finally, at about $850, I'd pick up a Talon Knife Doppler phase 1 with the number K agent, as the ivory handle matches the white sleeves perfectly. You've also got the blue shades of the Doppler complementing the blue stitching of the gloves, so there's a lot going on here. Then to finish off the video, let's talk about a couple of pink options, and I'm going to be real with you, there's not really any great options here under about $300, so we'll skip the cheapest tier this time and go in with some brocade flowers in field tested alongside a gut knife Doppler phase 2. And sure, the gloves aren't predominantly pink, but the pink flower designs enhance the pink blade, and I actually think the contrast works really well. Of course, most people want to run the Vice gloves here, so the best entry might be with a well-worn pair at the $375 mark. The battle scarred gloves are cheaper, but honestly look pretty bad, so I'd go straight to a worn if you can afford it. That doesn't leave a lot of budget for the knife, so we've had to go with some Shadow Dagger Dopplers in phase 2 for a further $192. With $750 to spend, we can upgrade the vices to field tested and run them with a beautiful Foucher Knife Doppler phase 1. I always find it interesting how the Foucher knife is the only one where finishes cover close to the entire thing, including the handle. Not everyone's favorite, but it certainly pops. And for our final combo, we had to go for the Ultra Violence. We're running Battle Scarred here, as even well worn will leave hardly anything left to the knife, but this way we can still afford a Nomad Knife Doppler. Evidently, phase 2. I don't actually think we've suggested a Nomad knife or video, but it's got its charm with a unique rare pull-out animation and inspect. If there's any other budget combos you think I should include in the future, please share it in the comments. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe for more overthinking on virtual cosmetic items. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.